Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Thank you for taking time to cruise in for Car Club Talk with Robert, Randy, and Dana. Welcome to our home in the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, housed here in Conroe Tower, and in the county of, anybody know what the birthplace of this is?
Texas flag.
Yeah, Lone Flag of Lone Star State,
Lone
man.
Star
Get it
State,
right,
okay.
I'm Randy Weldon, along with Robert Helmer and Dana Pritchard. And sequestered back in the safe room / sound booth is Dick Schischler. Almost messed it up on this Monday afternoon.
That's why I practiced the last name.
There you go. I need to practice. Dick is our sound engineer and producer. We appreciate him very much. We are broadcasting from Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 and 106.1 FM and streaming worldwide on irlonestar.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Robert.
Yep.
We have a guest today.
Yep. I'm Robert Helmer, and we are your host on Cruisin, Car Club Talk. And on today's show, we in the studio, we have Republic Alloy Leather and Pros. They are located in Magnolia.
Did we say it right?
Yeah. No. Fuck that.
We almost got it right.
Messed that up already. Okay.
Almost there.
Okay.
Almost there.
Republic Alloy Leather and
That's why I said
Pros.
Why don't we let one of these guys
yeah.
introduce
Go ahead and let
the
us
name
know
of
what
the
the
company?
name
So
is.
it's Republic Alloy and Leather Pros.
And Leather Pros.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I forgot that. Okay.
The and was just in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it sure was.
That'd be interesting to see an alloy leather, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of pros, you notice how pro we are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's top-notch professionalism.
Gotta
Yes,
start
sir.
somewhere.
I love it.
Rome wasn't built in a day,
Yeah, we put the amateur in amateur radio.
but we're having fun.
All right. So y'all are located in the Woodlands and Magnolia area. What exactly is the address? I don't have that.
So the address is 32311 Tamina Road, and that's Unit C.
Is that Tamina Road?
Yeah, when
Tamina
I grew
Road,
up here, it was
Tamina
Tamina
Road.
Road.
Okay.
But, you know,
Tamina, Tamina. It
Okay.
Yeah.
depends
And
on who's saying it.
depends on what part of the Woodlands you're from,
I guess so. I've heard it both ways. Out of
sir.
the
Or if
area.
you're from Conroe or not.
or if you're from Conroe. Or not.
Right. That's right.
Also, y'all just got the leather repair shop going, right? Is that correct?
The upholstery shop.
upholstery shop.
Yes, sir. So we have a full upholstery shop. We do everything from OEM panel replacements to full interior customizations
Okay.
for restylings and everything else. We opened that up in April, I believe it was.
Yeah, we opened the doors for the shop in April.
Yeah, and you're both co-owners, correct?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay. And which one takes care of what part of the shop?
Well, Colt runs and manages the entire upholstery section of it, so he runs the whole shop. And from the shop as a base location, we have a mobile and concierge service, and that's where I come in. I handle all of that. So the mobile interior repair, leathery dyeing, plastic repairs, some carbon fibers, things like that. The small repairs that you can do in the field that we don't need the upholstery shop for, and then we have the upholstery shop if there's something more severe. We can actually bring it in and take care of it properly. But we also, with that, has the alloy wheel repair. So
Right.
we do concierge for the cosmetic aspects of that. So we hear, curb rash, stuff like that. Anything major like bends or cracks, we can facilitate getting that done. We have an auxiliary shop we have and we work, and we get it taken care of that way.
And that was a new addition to the business because you didn't start with the building. Is that correct?
Correct.
You
Correct.
started-
The upholstery is the newer addition in here. Our bread and butter is the alloy wheel repair and the interior repairs for the mobile side.
That's where
where we
that.
started.
Yeah, we've been doing that for we together have been doing it for over a year and a half. But I have almost 18 years in the field doing that, and Colt has 14. So we have extensive knowledge when it comes to actually doing the mobile stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you guys
You're only
got
like
started.
20 years old, so
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm almost 40.
almost 40.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
That's how much you've been doing.
Now
a
I
long
really
time.
feel old, but
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, so how did you get started? How did you come up with the idea? I know you each worked in the industry separately, and so how did
Well,
you come together?
Grandma obviously got him started sewing when he was about 4 or 5. So.
Colt, you
Pretty
wanna start with
much.
that?
No, it all just came about. I mean, we were doing the work and everything else like that, and just got tired of working for somebody else. Essentially, is what it was. When you don't really get a say on how the customers are treated or how things run or operated when you're not in control of anything, right?
Yeah.
And we weren't quite on the same page with the level of the standard across everything, right?
Yeah.
And so after many talks and a lot of obstacles to overcome, we decided to just give it a run.
Yeah, yeah. The company that we were working with and associated with as a contractor, their standard would just it would eat us up, and we didn't want to do that. And there were a few other things behind the scenes, and we just said, you know what, we got this.
You didn't
Yeah.
like standing behind their word. Have to.
Their word wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And if
They-
your
Right.
name was behind it, you guys were doing the work. It was your
Because
reputation.
yeah,
And it-
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
the face. We're the face of the
That's
company,
right. You're
and our relationship with our clients, because we have repeat clients over and over and over again, even while working, as a contractor, and we couldn't do it anymore. We just couldn't. We couldn't.
When they call you and when they call your personal phone instead of calling the company you're working for, because they know they can get a better and faster response from you than going through the company.
And an honest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of says a lot about it, right?
Yeah.
But the only thing is now they can't call you after 8 p.m. on your personal cell
Yeah,
phone.
you can call the office line all day long, every day you would like to, but we'll get back with you Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Yeah, but that's awesome because you guys, it's the American dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also know that upholstery is a skill. So how long did it take you to get up to the standard that you were wanting?
So with that aspect of it, there's always growth. There's always room for growth.
Right.
The one thing about me is my best thing to say is you always remain a student, right? Even inside of your own craft or whatever it is, always remain a student. Even now where I'm at, and it's taken a lot of time to get to where I'm at, but
Yeah.
there's still so much more that I can learn to be able to do better, to get that fine-tuned finesse in that sets us apart from every other shop, right? Because we don't want to be the run-of-the-mill. Oh, just take it here and it'll look good. Like
Yeah.
we want the wow factor and to be able to pop. So there's been several years taken into learning the upholstery side of things and the stitching and how it operates and what materials go well with others and what type
did-
of thread that you use.
Did you have any one person that was actually teaching you?
Not any one
skill?
person. So majority of it is all self-taught.
Okay.
Full transparency. I've had some little bit of coaching and a little bit of guiding and, hey, this is a better way to do this piece and this is a better way to do this, or
Right.
you should try it like this. But all in all, I mean, a lot of YouTube,
Yeah.
right? Let's be real. We're in
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in the internet stage,
You
right?
gotta love that.
We're in the internet stage, so you get a little bit of a problem, Sometimes you can turn to the YouTube on it, and a lot of the times because of the trade that we're in, it's so problem specific. It's hard to be able to go to a YouTube video and nail down the exact issue that you're having or what you're trying to do, because a lot of it's customization.
Yeah, well, it was the same thing as my Celine when I had it reupholstered. We did the seats and everything, and you wouldn't believe the detail that people see, the stitching. The stitching's not straight, or something doesn't look right. People see that.
Oh, of course. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
When every single thing is in line and it's pristine and it's beautiful and it's
Right.
perfect, and then you have one stitch that's crooked, or it missed a stitch,
Yeah.
or you pulled the
jump stitch.
material and now your stitching is uneven.
I mean,
That
I,
happens.
I love the interior on the Celine right now. But that's, like I said, people do point that stuff out, and then it bothers because now that's all I see.
Right.
This one little line's going on.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
not only that, it takes years to hone your craft. And if you're not doing the same thing every single day, every application is different, every request is different, it takes a long time because you're jumping all over the place.
It is.
So to be able to get that repetition, it takes a long time and
Yeah.
to hone, in that specialization. So that's where your specialty comes in, where it's important. And, to be highly sought after, in that field is,
And you wouldn't believe how many, we're in different car clubs and we do car shows, and we get asked probably at every event, who repairs wheels,
Yep.
who does the upholstery,
Yep.
and it's really hard to keep vendors in, so we can tell everybody know where to go.
Right.
Somebody that you actually want to send them to.
That
Yeah,
you
that's
trust, that you
that's
trust,
the
that-
hard part about it,
That's-
right?
that
is
is the
finding
hardest part.
somebody who you can stand behind.
Right.
Because if they're coming to you for a reference, they're
Yeah.
going to take that into consideration whether they got good service or bad service.
Right.
And if they got bad service, they're not going to look at the business. They're going to
Right.
look at you.
Yeah,
because you
I'm
sent
gonna
them
feel
over
bad
there.
about sending them there.
Exactly, right?
That's why I highly vet companies
Yeah.
very well. And when I saw them at the first car show, I said, looked into them, did a lot of research, and still continuing to get to know them and their work,
Yeah.
because we do want to be able to refer. So I think it's
And
awesome.
to be clear, y'all do really high-end vehicles, right?
So we do everything.
Yeah.
We've worked on everything from a 90s model Honda all the way to Sam's done work on
Bugattis.
a Bugatti.
Okay.
Right. So there's everywhere in the mix. We're
You're going to
not
see a little bit of everything there.
a little bit of
Absolutely,
everything.
Absolutely.
Like it doesn't really matter what it is. If we can get it done, we're going to get it done for you.
And on the mobile side, you're doing the upholstery repair along with the wheel repair?
Absolutely. I'm skilled in both aspects. So
Yeah.
dealing with interior repair, involving, holes, cuts, scrapes, and then refinishing. Also full restorations.
Yeah.
I've done full to where, people who own the classic cars. For instance, a classic, I like the European cars. That's my bread and butter, where I like to work. So
Right.
Ferraris, for instance, the Testarossas, TR512s,
Well, I would love
the
that too.
Monospaccio.
Yeah, I know, right?
all of
It's
those.
a different feeling when you have to work on that.
And working on that Italian Napa, it's really special. But when you have an 80s model or 70s model Ferrari, and you can take it from this faded, dated, what it is, and bring it back to what it is, what it was originally,
Right.
the original saddle or the original red.
Are y'all able to get a hold of the Ferrari leather?
We
Yes,
can,
sir.
absolutely. There's that. But the cool thing about doing those classics and the restorations is we don't change the leather in it. We bring it back to life as is.
Oh, I got
So
you.
it holds its value as a
Good.
collector's
Yep.
item, and it's all original still.
Yep.
It's just been refreshed and restored.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really nice thing for a lot of the clients we have, because we've got car collectors that call us all the time. One of our close clients, pardon me, he has, was it 12 cars?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's got
12 or
12
15
yeah,
different cars.
Absolutely, and we've touched most of them at
Mm-hmm.
one point in time, whether it was a wheel or interior piece or whatnot.
Yeah.
Ferrari's notorious for sticky buttons.
Yeah,
and
the
Texas
soft
heat,
touch on the
soft touch
buttons.
just crumbles, and so we specialize in taking away some of that. There's limitations to it doing it in the field, just because of the structure, but
Right.
we love doing it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you run out? Did you run out of questions?
Yeah.
You were on a roll there for
Yeah.
a
No,
minute,
but
man.
I have all these things I'm thinking of. 'cause
I just
it's
want to give
awesome.
everybody equal time.
Oh yeah.
It's just awesome.
Don't
Well,
hog
another
it, Rob.
beautiful
Don't
aspect
hog it,
about
Rob.
what we do, especially with the mobile service, right? Because as you know, each interior is not going to have the same color,
Correct.
right? Even if it is
Ferrari
the
pretty
same
much
color.
does, though, right?
No.
No?
They don't. There's a handful of select ones that they use,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not just one solid color, right? Especially just the Ferrari tan.
Yeah.
There's three different
There's three different shades of the tan.
Of the
So you
tan?
have-
that
you
they
have-
can do.
You have the saddle, and then there's the Daytona saddle or the light saddle, which is slightly more yellow, and then you have the ones that are slightly more orange, or it looks more earthy toned, and then there's even one, the Camera or Cameron, it's almost a red brown.
Right.
And so what we can do with that is we have our own line of dyes, of pigments, and it's all pigment based. So we don't buy pre-mix, we don't buy pre-made colors or anything else like that. We hand mix all of our colors, whether it's for the wheels or for the interiors on the dyeing. We hand mix everything all on site to match your interior specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because sun fading and everything else like
Patina.
that, the patina's effect, we're able to handle all of that and be able to restore that. And having the power to pigment-based match gives us a different edge.
So that's the. I had a '95 Jaguar with a camel interior,
Oh yeah.
and I mean, I had somebody come out and they did the spray dye stuff,
Right.
and that was great. Except it wore off like reasonably quick. It didn't stay on there.
Yeah.
So when you guys talk about restoring the original leather, is that what you're talking about? Is doing
Yeah.
the same dye process?
It's similar.
Same process, different products. Right.
products.
There is a company out there that I think there's a few companies out there that you can get it in an aerosol form for. I'm not going to throw out names or bash companies or anything, but it's what we do is probably about 2 to 3 tiers above that aerosol can that you can go buy from the parts store, right? Because you can't just come in off the street and get the line of what we use, right? Because we have to mix in the pigments. We have a base that we have to mix into, and depending on what your finish is or what we're working with, depends on what base that we're going to use, right? Then there's top coatings, there's cross linkers to help adhere with the plastics, and there's just so much that goes into what we do. You're not going to be able to get the same effect from a rattle can out of a parts store.
I know
process is very
one of the things when I got my Celine back from the upholstery, I was scared to clean it because it's sensitive, right? You can stain it.
You can,
So-
depending on what it is.
Depending on what it is, to an extent,
absolutely.
yeah.
So what do y'all recommend for cleaning leather?
So
They can't-
actually,
hey,
I'm
they
actually
can't
really,
tell you
really
because they have to
no.
kill you.
Actually, we can. We can talk about this now.
We can't. It's
Because
actually
this
perfect.
past weekend, we actually just launched our interior cleaner for
Okay.
the public because we have
Good
our
thing
own
I asked
line.
that, huh?
It is a very good thing.
Sure.
Because we have our own products that we use across everything, right?
Okay.
And our interior cleaner, we've had multiple clients. Sam and myself have both had multiple clients watch us clean messes up that I've tried everything. You know, I've tried. I'm not going to go into listing names, but I've tried everything under the moon to try to get this clean, and I can't get it clean. I don't know what it is. And we come in there and use our cleaner and a little wipe, and it doesn't bleed out the dye. It just cleans it all up.
Yeah, you got to be real cautious. Even the labels on the cleaner will tell you do a test
Test
piece
part,
first.
yeah.
Always.
I mean, most definitely. So that's just a general baseline of it, right? No matter what cleaner you're using, whether it's our cleaner, whether it's a name brand cleaner that you bought from the parts store,
Right.
you always should test something before you apply it onto the mass surfaces.
Right.
Right? Because what if there's something that you bought the car and they had a coating put on the seat?
Yeah.
And then there's a
And
reaction.
the reaction is not going to be immediately, is it? Some of it might take a little bit of
Sometimes-
time, and next thing you know, you come back and you look and you got a big old spot.
Sometimes for that one's a little more of, I would say, the harsher chemicals, right? Like
Right.
Something a
bleach,
detail. Yeah,
right? Like bleach. If you get bleach on your seat and you clean it off, yeah, you might not see it immediately, but you
Yeah,
come
so it
out the
takes some
next
time.
day and you're going to see bleach spots all over your
And
leather.
if it's genuine hide, it's going to burn it, chemical burn it, and shrink it.
Right.
Yeah, I just know I'm very, very cautious with mine. I just take the dry towel and just wipe it. That's about it. I haven't put anything really on it. Just I'm just
Well, I'll have to get you some of our cleaners so you
Yeah.
can give it a shot
Give
and
it a
let us
run.
know what you think.
okay. That
Well,
sounds like a good deal.
I was talking to them about coming to Cars and Coffee for a cause.
Yeah.
Market Street, setting up a booth as a guest to see how they like it,
Mm-hmm.
and then to be a regular if they like.
Yeah.
So
How many car events have y'all been to this year?
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, it's been a good handful of
It's
them.
been a good
Okay.
one.
One of the most
Sure.
consistent ones that we're at is the Garage of Texas, right? They host every fourth Saturday, I believe it
They
is.
have a lot of exotic vehicles. That's right up.
There's a
client
lot of
base.
exotics and everything else like that. We've got a lot of customer base just by going to the car shows
Yeah.
because nobody realizes that these services are out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't know where you're at.
That's very true. That's right. They don't know where we're at.
That's the-
Good correction.
Well, yeah, and you're back there too. It's not like you're along Interstate 45 or anything.
Correct.
Right.
You know, you've got to know where Tamina Road is.
And y'all are
or
doing a
Tamina
great-
Road.
Tamina, Tamina,
Great
potato.
And like Dana said, y'all are doing a great job at your marketing. This flyer
Love it.
here is great. It's in good quality flyer.
Yeah, I've got to give all that up to Sam. So Sam is the one that handles all of our social media, all of our marketing, all of the ads, everything like that. That is Sam's lane,
Yeah.
right? And we run by the old "stay in your lane"
Yeah.
type of scenario,
And if
right?
something crosses over, we cross it over together.
Yeah.
But if it's you two guys are the only ones doing the physical work, I mean, I imagine your business is just going to keep growing and growing. I mean, especially if you got a big mouth like me, referring, to everybody I talk to.
Well,
What are you going to do to keep up? I mean, you're going to have to.
Oh,
eventually.
well, see, I have trained many wheel technicians and for working with other companies over the years. I've trained people, and they've gone on to be very successful. And they typically become similar to me with the critical eye. A lot of them do. And so being able to train somebody and then furthering on and making the routes bigger or anything like that. And we already have multiple trimmers with extensive experience in the shop.
Oh, so you have other employees that do the work?
absolutely.
We do for the upholstery.
Yeah, for the
They
upholstery.
because we stay so busy. There's no way that I can do all of the
All of
work
it. Well,
that's
plus
what I-
managing a business
what I
plus
thought,
dealing
yeah.
with clients.
Yeah.
Way too much. That happened really fast.
Yeah. We had to.
Within the first 90 days, we were already busy enough to where we had to bring help in
How did you
that's
find the
great.
right people, though? I mean, that's if it's specialty.
by chance. To
Chance.
be really honest with you,
We
our
got
main
lucky.
trimmer that we have in there right now, we got lucky. He was a referral over, and we brought him on board. He's doing great.
Fantastic.
It's awesome.
And then we have a part-time trimmer who comes in and helps out with the work as well. He has 30 years experience, and he's an older gentleman. He drives truck, and he gets 2 days off a week. And he's like, look, I just want to keep busy. I miss working it. I miss doing this stuff. He's like, if you have work and I can help, awesome. If not, I understand. So he comes in, 1-2 days a week, depending on which days his days off fall, and helps us out and whatnot. But
I
yeah,
might have to do the same thing. No, it's just I just can't imagine the growth, because if you're going to car shows, and I mean, there's not a business like that around this area.
right.
There's not. I mean, that is capable of doing that at that high level.
Not one that houses everything that we house.
No,
No.
I'm just.
You do have your wheel repair companies. You
Yeah.
do have your interior repair companies. You do
specialists.
have your upholstery companies.
But not one
But you don't
that's-
have one that ties everything in under one roof like what we have here.
With the high standard, that's the difference.
And
The
that is
very-
what sets us apart.
Yeah.
Because, if we can't meet our expectations or exceed it, we have no problem being fully transparent with our clientele and be like, hey, look, this is not going to work how we originally discussed over the phone because of XYZ. And then we'll go down and we'll give the full breakdown and the explanation as to why, like on a wheel repair, right? If your clear coat powder is failing and flaking all over the place, that's not something that's going to meet or exceed our standards for a mobile repair.
Yeah, you're working
That's
on
something, you're working
working
on
on
top of
sand.
Just
somebody
putting a
else.
You're building a
Band-Aid
house
over
on sand with
something.
that. You can't
Exactly.
Can't do
Right. So at that point, we suggest having it fully stripped all the way down and repowder coating it.
that. Full
Right.
remanufacture on that.
It's like painting over rust.
And you
Correct.
mentioned also the Mustang's biggest problem with the door.
The door panels.
The
door
door
cards.
panel.
He's always
Door
going back-
cards. Yes,
He's always
sir.
going back to the Mustang. You notice that?
Well, I was just gonna say, how many times have y'all seen or worked on those?
Too many.
Too many.
Too many
right?
of them.
Too many. That
talking
falling
about-
headliners.
Talking about the S197. Right? Door
Yeah,
panels.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you got the little cloth in the center,
Yeah.
and then the glue dries out after about 4 or 5 years and just comes on down. And everybody, I think, has done everything to try to fix that. Their own little ideas, I've seen people put different types of leather there.
Oh yeah, we do leather swap
Try to-
outs on the
yeah.
ones that do have the cloth in there.
Yeah.
We don't really see a whole lot of the cloth coming in. It's mainly the leather and the
The
vinyls,
leather,
Yeah.
right?
Vinyls.
That are happening. That it's coming to more of the vinyls that
Yeah.
we've replaced than what
Yeah.
the leather is.
Okay, the imitation leather.
Right, the imitation.
Vegan leather. Get it right. Vegan leather.
The Corinthian
Vegan
leather, right?
leather.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What'd you call it?
Vegan leather.
Vegan
Vegan
leather. There
leather.
we go.
Yeah, that's what they put in the Teslas nowadays.
Can you take ripples out of like 10, 12-year-old leather, like in a Corvette? It's kind of
Depends.
okay. 'Cause
So that's going to be a case by case scenario because why is it crinkled? Is it crinkled because your foam is deteriorated and your foam's out, so now there's
Chemical
excess
damage?
material? Is it crinkling because it's heat shrunk? Right. So there's multiple different ways to
because
go
it
about
happens over
that.
age. We get a deduction on that from the car judging too.
Yeah.
No tire shine in the crinkling of a 12-year-old seat.
can't have
Deduction
crinkling,
on
man.
car points.
No, you can't have crinkling like that. Come on now.
So you can fix the crinkle.
It's through-
Case dependent.
Case by case,
Case by
case by case.
You
But
can't say
whether
yes
it
or
comes
no.
to replacement or anything else like that, that is definitely something that we could handle to get that corrected, right, one way or another.
Never hurts to look, and we always, like Colt was saying, is we provide options. So if it doesn't meet our standard, we make sure that we've lined out, one, we inform our clients. We love informed clients. We love informed people when it comes to everything we do. And we want to make sure that we line out all of their options and what their options are with us as a company, and what other things they can look at. And we have a network over the years of high-end professionals that we can refer to or get it done ourselves. And that way we facilitate that. It's one of the aspects of what we do.
That's where the concierge comes in.
That's
That's
part
right.
of it. That's definitely part of it. And so the point is we want to solve your problem as a car owner. That's the biggest thing. You have an issue. Let's solve it. We can solve it together. You know what I
And
mean?
that's what I was telling you guys of the services that I would like to provide, you know, because of the network I have regarding what kind of services people are wanting,
Right.
right? We talked about that. So your service, you know, what you provide is one of them that I would be referring people to, for examul. So
Well,
there's
thank
so
you.
many areas.
Most
But
definitely.
And they need to
Yeah.
come out to Coffee and Cars and hand these out.
did you say
Well,
coffee and cars?
Cars.
Do we have to drive our car to get the coffee, the bloody coffee? Do we have to
Okay.
drive
He's
the
been
car?
going to this event since 2009. And by now, he should know it's cars and coffee.
I
Yeah.
know I know just off the
Coffee.
roll of the tongue, it's easy to say
Well, there's so many other
first.
coffees and cars. It's, yeah.
Again, now he's comparing me to
Okay. I'm just saying, they need to be out there, right?
the Woodlands, cars and
And
coffee,
coffee.
for a cause. There you go.
Okay.
Don't forget the
But
cause.
thank you for the
Yeah,
plug.
Get the
For the-
plug in there.
for a cause.
That was, you know, well, you get the something to do with coffee and something to do with cars.
But yeah, I don't know if they can come out as soon as a week from, you know, next Sunday, but, you know, if you want to come out for the December event, that's
Yeah,
fine.
We'll be in touch, I'm
December the
Okay.
1st, you can come out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
But if you
Yeah,
need,
we could definitely look
if you can
into
get up
that, and
early.
maybe not if we're not able to get it squared away to have a booth. We might be able to come out, and walk
Just come
around,
by and I can
That's
introduce
all you
and
really need to
talk
do.
and
Yeah.
everything else like that.
See what
Pass
the
some
crowd's
flyers
like.
and cards, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
good
if you
feel for
just
the place.
drop these off at the table, we'll pass these out.
Oh, even
really?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Even
yeah, so
better.
we do that as a guest, a first-time guest to do that, and then we have sponsorships that companies partner with us to, you know, raise money for the charity.
course,
So that's
yeah.
how that
Yeah,
works. So
awesome.
we can do that for a special guest, see how you like it, if you feel like it's a good fit, and after that we can talk about sponsorship maybe for the new year. So
Okay.
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
So I see you guys replace convertible tops also,
That we do.
even on lowly Mustangs.
Even on the Mustang.
here we go back to Mustang.
Fox bodies and all. Let's
I
do
just
it.
happen to have a Mustang that needs a top.
Ah, I got you. What are we talking?
That's a 2010.
In 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need,
Definitely give us a
obviously, I
shot.
need the senior citizen discount.
Senior
See the
citizen
white
discount?
beard, yeah.
Ah.
I don't have the dark beard like you guys. So.
Got
Mine's
you. So
peppered.
double the charge and 50% discount, right? Is that how that works?
I know how this works. I know how it
Gotta
works.
take care of Papa. Take care of Papa.
Yeah, right.
Hey, it's a 50% discount. Come on now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But double the price first.
Yeah,
But
it
that's
would.
important.
Yeah, exactly.
In
Can't
retail,
forget that
it's
step.
important. That's right.
Cannot forget that step.
They might have to hire some more people.
They may have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when I get my car back out of the shop, I'll come holler at you guys.
Yeah, come on down.
Come on down.
Or actually, they can holler at you since they're mobile. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they'll
Bring
have-
that
Not, not for the
Mustang
convertible
I'm
top.
Bring the Mustang down.
That's
to
a
the
little too
shop.
expensive.
I'm just.
We got it. We got coffee. You can come on down. We'll give you a cup
You
of
got coffee?
We
Yeah,
Yeah, we do have
You got,
coffee.
you got cars
We got
there
some
also?
coffee.
There's
You got
there's
coffee?
actually a
We got
car
coffee.
there.
Let's
you know.
see. They've got coffee and car.
Yeah, we have coffee and car.
Coffee and car.
We don't have cars.
Coffee.
Coffee. It's
Coffee.
coffee and cars. Don't talk to me that way, okay?
That's what I'm talking about. Right
You
there.
get it.
That's what I'm talking about.
But guys, we appreciate you coming in. We're going to have to get out of here and give some station recognition. Of
course.
How do folks get in touch with you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can find us online at www.republicalp.com. You can search us up and check us out, and you can contact us directly and direct our any text message or anything like that with questions to 936-446-8347.
And they're also on
446
Facebook. too.
It's 936-446-8347.
8347.
You'll
And
speak
you
with
can
Audrey.
find us on Facebook and Instagram as well too. Just search Republic ALP, and that's how
find
you're
us.
going to be able to find us across the social media. But if you find your way to our website,
There's links
our
there.
website is backlinked to all of the social media as well
Okay.
too. So
Absolutely.
And what were,
that's-
what were
and
those personal cell phone numbers?
the personal cell phone number is the main office number.
Hang on, I got you. It's 936-446-8347.
And when you go to the World Wide Web,
Yeah, when you go to the www, it's republicalp.com.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for taking the time to come up here.
Yes,
We
thank you
appreciate
so
it. I will
much.
see you at your shop. Once I get my Mustang back, we'll talk.
Awesome. Thank y'all for having us.
yes,
it was a
thank you so
blast.
much.
We
It was
greatly
nice having
appreciate
you.
it.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
And that's Republic Alloyed and Leather Pros.
There we go.
Oh, my God. he
With the
got it. He
closeout.
got it.
There we are.
Only 30 minutes into it. Got it. All right.
Better late than never.
That's
right?
right. He came to the party.
That's right.
That's it. Well, this is Car Club. No, Cruisin. This
Cruisin'
is
Car
3 weeks in a
Club.
row. I messed it up. This is.
Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy and Dana.
There you go.
And we'll see you.
No, you forget we're on
Station
Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 and 106.1 FM. Or for those who may have wandered outside the listening area, we can be streamed around the globe on irlonestar.com, YouTube, and Facebook.
And we'll be right back.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
We are back and appreciate you spending time to cruise in for Car Club Talk with Robert, Dana, and Randy. Hey, the guys that were just in here, we always have our guests second, but we brought them on first this time. Some really nice guys, I think.
Yeah,
you know.
they were.
Sam Fuller and Colt Patterson.
It was so nice to meet them at the Garages of Texas, and I'm glad they were able to come on the show because they offer a really, really good business that we can definitely connect with and refer people to at our events. So.
Dana's over there trying to identify them by eye color, and I'm like, what?
And beard length.
Something I would never, something I would never pay attention to.
Okay, one has tattoos. I just remember that, and one doesn't. So.
Yeah.
I didn't
Which
even
Colt-
notice any
Sam
tattoos.
Sam
so.
is the one without the tattoos.
Okay. Yes.
I think the shorter beard.
And he does. He's the one that does a lot of the mobile.
He's the mobile wheel and interior repair
And Colt does the interior.
at the shop.
upholstery.
What was the name of their company again?
Republic Alloyed and Leather
Leather.
Pros.
Leather Pros.
Incorporated.
Pros, just like
Concierge
us.
service.
Okay. Just keep it rolling, huh?
No, but it's nice to have a local small business to highlight. So
Well, especially in that field, because it's really hard to find quality people in that field. Because we get asked that all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Where do we go to get our wheel repaired? Interior. Who does great interior work?
I was using a guy who Mr. Gullo used, and I thought, well, that's great. And I referred him to a couple people. I've had people come back and say, never again.
Yeah.
It's like, okie dokie, never
it's
mind.
hard to find good people because it's the consistency that is really hard to find. You
Right.
can have a good experience one time or in one vehicle, but then the next may not be the case. So
And you can tell that these guys are really quality focused.
Well, that was their focus, the whole thing. They talked
Yeah.
about the quality of the
Yeah,
products.
you can tell they want to do a good job and they want happy customers.
Yeah,
no, that's good. That's hard to find.
it is. So, you got any topics that are car related to talk about?
Well, yeah, kind of car related. You're driving, right? Topic points for the day on this episode is on our last episode, we talked about Teen Driver Safety Week. We got into that. The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration was encouraging parents to talk to their teenage drivers and tell them about safe driving and, just have that open conversation with them. Okay, so that was last episode. This episode is on road rage. Houston leads the nation. So this is what caught my eye.
Houston leads the nation in road rage?
In road rage shootings and incidents by a significant margin. From
Wait.
2014 to 2023 is when they're doing the reports. 207 people were killed or wounded in Houston.
Okay,
Off-
but
off of road
road rage
rage.
shootings in Texas.
Yeah.
That kind of fits. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's required to have a gun that lives here, aren't
Well,
they?
you see it on the news at least once a week on the news.
Oh, yeah.
Reports
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
So
San Antonio, where you're going,
Tonight. Yes.
and Milwaukee are second in place.
Great.
So
Great.
take a deep breath
Can't
before
wait
you
to
get in the car, Randy.
Can't wait to drive in there late at night.
Yeah. So, in compat with that, in January, the Houston Police Department announced its Safe Roadways Incentive, which the department claims will help eliminate aggressive driving. Okay, by speeding and road rage. Officers have been patrolling major freeways in Houston with marked and unmarked vehicles during peak traffic times. So you got to be in, rush hour, I guess. Looking for aggressive drivers. So let's talk about road rage and see. And then also another thing, strongly encourage everybody to get a dash cam. If you've seen the videos of road rage, okay, especially people trying to brake check you and back into you.
And then it's a he said, she said.
Right. So you need these dash cams. So really, you need to go out and shop for a dash cam because it may be your only evidence that you were not at fault.
Well, it's not only Google spying on you in your car. You have to get a spy for yourself and
Right.
get it on the
You gotta
dash.
have it. Gotta have that.
Yeah.
There was a couple of months ago. There was a news story where somebody cut this guy off and hit the fender of his truck, his or her truck. I don't. It was another guy, a 60-some-year-old guy, and the guy pulls over and stops, and he gets out and he's got a pistol with him. Well, this guy had a dash cam, and obviously they caught that guy.
Yeah.
But it just like, for what reason? And the guy's like, I don't have a clue what I did. I didn't cut anybody off,
And everybody's got to realize too. Okay, if you show a pistol, you've already elevated the situation. Number one, showing the pistol is already assault. So you're going to be charged with assault if you're the first one to show the pistol. So that's just another thing. Also, they're increasing fines if they find out it's road rage.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Utah is actually passing a bill to mark it as a Class A misdemeanor instead of Class B. So they're up, they're up in the.
And you'll have to go to anger management classes too.
Yes. Yeah. So one of the things is, what can you
Randy.
do? What do you normally do about road rage? Is one of the things is stay calm, avoid retaliation.
Until it happens to you, and then Randy's ready to go.
That's it. That's it.
Because Randy, you have a lot of experience in this, right?
I've got a little bit of experience. Yeah.
So
I was over on West Road, and it's coming out of this CVS pharmacy or something. Some guy in this white Cadillac comes out trying to nose in front of me. I'm like, oh hell no,
See?
Just he's up there and he flips me off. Where traffic's all dead stop.
Yeah.
So I fling the door of the truck open. I get out and I get about 3 feet from the front of his car, and I realize here's a guy with a wife beater on with all sorts of gold chains. Maybe I don't have my pistol with me. Maybe I ought to turn around and go back. So. Yeah. Got back, and I nicely waved him in at that point. He still flipped me off after that, but, whatever.
But you know what? It all starts at hell no.
Oh, yeah. That's
If
where
we can just stop that.
that's where it started. But, I was always taught if you're going to pull a gun, you need to use it. You don't pull it. Don't pull it if you're not going to use
yeah,
it.
but on the highway during a road rage, that's not.
I just say always keep a banana in your car. Because at least it's a weapon, but it's not as harsh.
Yeah, throw it like a boomerang.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is just try to get yourself out of the situation. If you have to get off the freeway and make an exit that you wasn't prepared to make, just get yourself away from it.
I've gotten to the point when it comes to that stuff, I don't get upset over it.
Right. That's the main
Just
thing. Stay calm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's frustrating when you're dealing with that because you're seeing the person texting and you're behind them and they're doing 10 miles an hour and a 50 mile an hour. And I know you could get frustrated because they're being distracted, but you just have to take a deep breath and.
Well, another thing I was trying to teach my kids was to be knowing of your surroundings. Know you can pin out the aggressive driver coming up on you. Just be aware of him and just make sure you're not in contact with him. If somebody's trying to come up and they're passing everybody else, they're going to try to pass you too. And if they're cutting off everybody, they're going to cut you off too. So it's like, okay, be aware of the aggressive driver, who he is, and just stay out of the way.
Just wait for the right moment and brake check them.
But nowadays,
do you know brake checking is actually against the law?
Yes,
I'll bet
is.
it is against the law. Should be against the law.
But nowadays you got to be careful because do you want to be on somebody's social media with 100,000 likes because they took a picture of your face and your license plate and your car? Is this your relative? And then it goes on from there. So it's really embarrassing too if you get someone taking a picture.
And I don't think there's ever any satisfying the people that once they're mad, it's like slowing down, trying to get out of I think you just have to remove yourself completely from the situation.
You do, but some of these people are, they're angry before they got to you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You normally see the aggressive driver behind you. You see them coming up. You just try not to get caught up in it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're all guilty at one time or the other, too, of maybe making a little mistake. Maybe we didn't, let somebody know we were going to get over or accidentally turn in front of somebody.
Yeah.
And if I ever did that, I'm always very apologetic and sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But the person is just very aggressive and not accepting that. That's where it gets a little scary because, you already feel bad enough as it is for making the mistake, but when they make you feel worse, it can become dangerous. And
Yeah.
And all you can do is get on your cell phone and call 911, I guess, and then report to
well, unless they keep following you or something.
or report to aggressive driver. So
Well, you talk about talking to your kids, though, and you should talk to your kids, right? But a lot of times you're telling them the things to do on the road, they're going to go do it because you told them not to.
Well, they're in the car with you while you're cussing up a storm.
Well, there's always that.
Doing 90 miles an hour,
there's-
weaving in and out of traffic.
just try to show a good example for our
That's
kids.
what, when I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, I saw my son and my grandson both, and I was like, oh, where the hell did they pick that up at? Oh, yeah, I think I know.
Yeah.
They got it from Grandpa.
Or you can just also pull to the side of the road and just take a break. Let the traffic go and let the other person go and give you some, distance between you two.
Yeah, you can do that. Or
Well, don't try to
exit off
provoke
freeway.
anybody. That's the thing, too. Is it really worth it? Staying in that left lane when it's a passing lane. You see people are going faster than you, just get over. A lot of people don't get over on purpose because they just want to stay there, and they're determined to stay there.
yeah.
But really, they should get over and
Or
just...
what I love is, I'm going the speed limit. You're in the fast lane. I'm going, okay, but everybody else is going 15 miles an hour faster than you.
That's what I'm saying. Just get over.
Well, there's also the driver that just wants you out of the way no matter how fast you're going. Because I had this going to Brenham last week. Passing lane comes up. I want to pass everybody too. So I'm in the passing lane already. I'm doing 80. The guy behind me is on my butt. So I'm like, okay, I got one more car to pass that I want to pass up. Next thing I know, we're doing 100 and he's still on my butt.
You're doing 100?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, how fast do you want to go? It's not that you want to pass these people. You just want to be
Faster.
You want to be in front.
Yeah, he wants to be in front. That's right.
If you're not first, you're last.
So to dissolve that situation, I just go ahead and move
Just get
over
over it.
and let him go. But that's what his
It's a competition, really.
that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, adrenaline's going, and
Yeah, it's a me first mentality.
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time. We live in that world right now.
Yeah. So all we can do is just, be aware of our surroundings, stay calm, don't get mad with them, and just try to avoid the situation altogether and get out of there. We don't want you to be the statistics on this 207 people killed or
and don't
wounded.
provoke them.
Right.
Just to
207 people killed or shot
Yeah.
in the city of Houston.
Yep.
That's a pretty astounding number.
That's something that we all need to know and be familiarized that Houston is leading the nation in this. So what is your chances of getting in the car every day, getting on 45, of getting in a road rage incident?
I'd say it's pretty high. Yeah.
So that's why we need to know what we're going to do when we do get into
We
that.
used to travel every day down into Houston.
Yeah.
I traveled for years in Atlanta from a northern suburb into the northern loop, which was a busy part of the city, and it was just every day you deal with it
One of the
going
things
and
I
coming.
saw, as far as people's attitudes with driving, is the slow lane becomes the fast lane because the people in the fast lane won't get out of the way. So
that's where you're weaving in and out.
Well, everybody in the right hand lane, it's the slow lane, considered the slow lane anyway on the freeway. They're doing 80, 90 miles an hour, and the people on the fast, it's like the whole freeway is just
It's a mess.
It is.
The people in the right couple of lanes are doing 80, 90 miles an hour because they're fearing for their life, trying to stay out of the way. And then there's the road racers
yeah.
in the left couple of lanes.
Did you ever see Either one person in the HOV.
Oh, yeah.
Or one person in the HOV lane doing 60.
I made a comment last week about the HOV lane, and they might as well go ahead and get rid of that. Because 90% of the riders in the HOV lane was one person.
Yeah, because they think they can get away with it. They don't see a cop anytime soon
And
coming
as
up.
soon as
so.
they pass everybody, they're back in the flow of traffic.
I mean, it makes sense.
So they're just kind of like weaving in and out of the HOV lane.
So how often do you drive in the HOV lane?
I don't drive very often in the HOV lane because I don't have 2 or 3 people in my car.
Yeah, that's me too. So if I don't have more than just myself,
Right,
I don't drive.
I have a
jump in there.
life-size Snoopy that I. No, I'm just kidding. The seatbelt.
Well, you know, when Danny and I are riding together, when my miniature Schnauzer and I
Yes.
are in the truck.
Ava, the German Shepherd, and the Corvette in the passenger seat.
No, but I love how they've got the little dotted area where you can actually the time to cross
That's
into
the
the
time
HOV.
to get in and out.
And
Right.
then there's the solid lines where you're not supposed to get in and out.
Yeah.
People aren't looking at those.
Nobody,
I'm as
nobody
guilty
pays
as-
any attention to solid lines anymore.
But I'm as guilty of doing that as anybody else.
Yeah.
A solid line, who cares?
Yeah.
But do you know why somebody would get in the HOV if they're doing 65?
No.
And just sitting there, la, la, la,
Yeah.
la. I mean,
Oh,
isn't that
yeah,
supposed
I
to be a
don't-
It
quicker,
doesn't benefit them at all. Or anybody.
they just like to get in there?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
We need to find one of those people and get them in here and talk to them. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. That would be a good topic, though, to have people come in here with road rage and just ask them.
What? Just go off in the air?
Questions.
We're gonna. We're,
Not
I'm
just,
gonna
see,
I'm
where
gonna-
does it stem from? Did something happen in childhood? Did you have a bad experience?
We're going to check them for weapons first. I can promise you that. They're not just walking in here where, hey, you know,
Well, what
you're an
pissed you
idiot
off
on the
this
road.
morning, huh?
Huh?
What pissed you off this
Yeah,
morning?
that's right. You're an idiot on the road. How we tell us why. You know,
Okay, you want to move up to current events?
do we have current events?
We have some coming in events. Hey, November the 16th, Conroe Monster Truck Wars are coming to the Lone Star Convention Center.
Oh, cool.
There they can take the aggression out if they can go.
And when is this show airing? Is that before the 16th? Or?
yeah,
the
we're on the 11th
Okay.
on this one.
We're on the
Okay.
11th.
Okay.
And this show will air on the 11th. And what is November the 11th?
Veterans Day.
Veterans
It's
Day. yeah.
Veterans Day. Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like I'm in
So
school.
they're going to have a Veterans Day observance at 9 a.m. at the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park.
Down here at the freeway in 105.
Yeah, I don't have the physical address. That's what I was thinking was all the flags in the pond.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just basically right behind the McDonald's, north of the library.
Okay,
there,
they're
so.
going to have live music, and sounds like they're going to have a pretty good event there. So something else to.
They also have one in the Woodlands as well. That's very nice.
So
Town
some-
center area.
I'm sure they do it in that area where they held the Corvette, show. Yeah.
So that'd be something nice to go see, and for Veterans Day. And let's see what we got. Oh, we got TWCC December the 1st, first Sunday of December. Gonna have that.
Yep, and then we're doing the toy drive also for the
I was
Montgomery
going to say
County
that's
Women's
that's
Shelter.
Toy Drive month right there.
Oh, cool! I did not know that.
Hopefully it's a little cooler. We can have hot cocoa and marshmallows.
Yeah.
If it's not 85 degrees.
Yeah, if it's not 85 degrees.
Okay, I gotta get my Santa's list so I can go buy some toys now.
Yeah, while it's
you
on
better.
sale.
You better. I think also
Do that before Election Day.
Yep.
I think December 14th, I believe. I don't know if that's a Saturday. It might be the 17th, but we've got wreaths across America down at the Veterans Cemetery.
When is that?
I'll have to look it up. But
December
it's,
14th, because it's the same day the Woodlands High School's
is
having
that
their little
that's a Saturday?
car event.
Okay, so
the
yeah,
toy drive.
be on a
That's
Saturday.
good. All right. Next thing I got, I don't have a date on here. LMR, the 25th anniversary celebration and Cruisin at the Texas Motor Speedway, but I got to get a date.
That'll be up in Fort Worth.
Yep.
Is it after Thanksgiving or before?
That's like I said.
He doesn't have a date.
I don't
well,
have a date
I
for
wasn't
it.
sure if it was in November, but also you got SEMA coming up in November.
SEMA is always in Las Vegas, though,
Yes,
right?
and that's a
Yeah.
big thing that a lot of our club affiliates go to.
That's Lost Wages Neon National Park, Nevada.
I've never been able to go there because you got to be associated with a vendor. So, but
Well,
yeah, I've always
I did
wanted
go
to
one time.
Really?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's a really, really informative, fun time.
Yeah, remember who you saw when you were there?
I saw everybody.
Every,
Well, I mean, every manufacturer that you can think of.
Yeah,
You know,
anybody- yeah,
all
you-
the latest and greatest product
like Chip Foods or
manufacturers.
somebody that you see on TV or
It's
anything
amazing. It really is. It's like a kid in a candy store if you like
Yeah.
automotive. But also we have in Houston? Isn't there an automotive indoor show? George R. Brown? Is
Yeah,
it?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Autorama.
Autorama. Yeah,
Yeah.
Autorama.
This is the first year that I'm not going to be part of it, so that's why I didn't remember it.
Because doesn't the Mustang Car Club usually have a?
Yep, usually do have. a
We
booth
usually
down there.
do, but now they got a new administration, people taking over, and we just haven't set up anything there with them.
I think Robert said he was having to go back and forth with some guy in Canada.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was,
The guy was in charge of that. You had to, everything was done online instead of personal. When Steve Green was part of Autorama, I used to just go by his house and drop all the forms off and everything. Had a personal relationship with, and being able to do that. Now with the new administration of Autorama, I don't have that personal contact, and everything was handled over through email. And instead of me giving 20 people's forms for our display, all 20 people have to do it individually. So I had nothing to do with it. I couldn't control it.
It changed it.
Yeah.
Well, we used to be able to get multiple spaces together.
Yeah.
Worked out really well because it
Yeah.
looked like a big club at that point,
Yes.
or it looked like a club.
They would
anyways.
send me a packet, and I would have 6 forms for everybody to fill out, and how I'm going to do my display, and I would just turn that in to Steve, and everything was done.
Regardless, it's like the 60th one or something. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be somewhere up there.
It's still a nice
58th or
event
so.
to go and see.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
indoors.
good event over Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
After you eat turkey and want to fall asleep, get up and walk.
Get up and go walk
you know?
it off.
Yeah, walk it off. That's
When
right.
when you want to get away from your family.
Yeah.
That's right. You got anything else on that calendar?
That is it on the calendar. We'll keep an eye on this LMR anniversary and give you all a date and get back with everybody.
When are we going to launch this ponytail segment with you?
We can do a ponytail segment, any segment you want to, because I'm always ready to talk.
Well, go ahead.
Well, actually, I do have a few things to say. No, but what topic would you like to talk about? Because what I was bouncing off of Republic was it's very hard to find people in certain specialties in certain areas that are looking for a specific service. So if you know people in that industry or that specialty, I'm trying to put together a network. So when people do have a question of where to go for this, who to call for this,
Yeah.
I'm putting together that so I can be a really helpful resource for
And
the
and
car
with-
community.
And with the ponytail segment, we
Yeah.
need the female part of
Well,
that.
that's what
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to see is or hear
The
is
female car enthusiasts out there and why they love being
We-
part of it.
you know, we've got women that love the cars, but you know they may not work on the cars themselves, and they're going to take it to a shop. And how do they do that successfully without getting burned by some story that's told to them?
Yeah, we can also, yes, definitely talk about that. As far as who to call, what to say when you do have an issue with your car or you suspect that there is something wrong or the car's not going to need service.
Yeah. What would be your first advice to a female that's going to take her car repaired? What are the things that she needs to look out for?
Well, I have something called, it's funny, I have something called the Pritch method. As I was
Okay.
talking to you guys before, my last name is Pritchard, but I was trying to think of an acronym where people could, know what to do when they were in a situation where they needed service on their car. And the first thing is just prepare yourself, and plan. And what I mean by that is how many people know. Not a lot of people know, okay, you know the year of your car, basically what it is, but do you know the model number? Do you know your service manual? Have you ever looked at it? Do you know what services are due typically for that mileage that you're at? Do you know if there's any technical service bulletins, which brings me to the R for research. Research, do a Google search online. Your make and model car. Is there any technical service bulletins on that car to see if that kind of coincides with what you're experiencing, if it's a particular symptom that you're experiencing at that time. other than just general service.
So in other words, educate yourself as much as you can about the car that
Yeah.
you own.
So
Yeah,
just
excellent.
from the technical service bulletin, or the TSBs as they call them, where do you go to find those?
Well, first, like I said, you can just Google the problem that you're having. And you should find out, there's tons and tons of links that come up. And you should find somewhere something, or you can do a search, technical service bulletin, state your problem that you're having, your make and model. Usually you'll have forums that'll come up regarding the same issue, and that'll somehow lead you into that. Or you can call the dealership, ask for the service department, give them the last 8, of your VIN number, and they can tell you if there's a specific, issue, recall.
They can tell you what all the
common problem.
recalls are and stuff like that.
Exactly. And then the other thing is take the time to, I would say, go to forums, because there are a lot of forums for your specific vehicle that many people have the same exact question or the same exact problem all over the country, all over the world. So you could read, inform yourself that, hey, there's not just me experiencing this problem. Many people have had the same problem. What have they done to alleviate it?
Yeah.
How much did they, pay? What parts were involved to, fixing the problem? So they can just become, educated on, their vehicle, on the issue they're having, what potential issues they could run into with this type of vehicle. And then also, I would say call, which is the C, call, different automotive shops. Okay, when you call them, you're getting just a baseline of, how are people responding to you when they pick up the phone and you tell them, that you have a certain concern.
Yeah.
And there's things, a whole bunch of things related to that we can go into another time. I can tell you exactly what to say, what to ask, based on all the knowledge that you already have going into that phone call. But a lot of people, what they don't know is, and it could be men, but mainly women, or, the elderly population doesn't know this,
about the
and
cars.
they're easily taken advantage of. So that's what I want to try to prevent happening to
Right.
them.
Yeah.
So if you do this, then you'll have more likely to either save money or not be taken advantage of. And the last thing is H, is like I said, have a plan. Just to reinforce that, have a plan before going into a shop blind. Because when you go into a shop blind, you're gonna have a high percentage rate of them kind of understanding that you're not informed, and you may be taken advantage of. And not to say that it's the shop intentionally, but a lot of times shops will look at the mileage you're at, look at the service that's typically required, and then say, hey, it's best if you do all these things, rather than maybe just say, let's just address 1 or 2 things. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're always going to get like this
Yeah.
list of stuff that has to be done.
but yeah, like I said, we can talk for hours on various topics related to how to help people in various ways related to their cars or automotive.
Well, that's why she's here.
We have to call that ponytails and elderly care.
Yeah, and I was going to say one more thing if we have time.
Yeah.
The Paddington British School. So it's a private, exclusive elementary school in the Woodlands. I got a request, as I do, this is part of my job, is I like to coordinate special events with, classic cars or any type of car that the person is requesting. And I had a request for 1950s model cars because the children were having a special event, a 1950s day, and some of the grades were dressed up as famous actors or famous people from the 50s. Yeah, so I had 2 people from our car network, from Cars and Coffee, bring their 50, I think it was a 56 Thunderbird, and then I forgot the other cars right off the top of my head, but it was wonderful. All the kids came out, the teachers came out, they got to take pictures, they were so excited. It was so neat to see all the little kids look at the cars. And
Got their little jeans rolled up and their
Yeah.
sleeves rolled
yeah, the little
up.
poodle skirts, and
Yeah.
one even dressed up as queen. It was, and all from the 50s. Elvis, I think somebody dressed up as. So it was nice to be able to incorporate cars from that era to teach the kids that what cars used to look like back then,
Right.
and then just talk a little bit about the history during that time period also. So it was very educational. It was nice for everybody. So I was glad to be part of that.
These kids are like, did you see what it used to be like? Glad we live in this era, right? It's,
Yeah.
No airbags.
no airbag, yeah, no seatbelts either.
Yeah.
But I was very thankful for the two people, the enthusiasts that took time out of their morning to
Yeah.
come and
Sure.
do that. I
You remember
really
their
appreciate
names?
that. Yeah, so Anthony and also Bruce. So I'll just say the first names, but yeah, they came out. It's very nice.
All right. We better close this one out. I think.
All right.
We're running a little bit long here, so.
I told you I can talk.
No, that's good, but we need to get that ponytail segment running, so.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for this episode of Cruisin' Car Club Talk. I got the name of the show right.
Okay.
I'm Randy Weldon. That's Robert Helmer. This is Dana Pritchard. And locked up back in the safe room / sound booth is our sound engineer and producer, Dick Schischler. We are broadcasting from the studios at Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 and 106.1 FM and streaming worldwide at irlonestar.com, on Facebook and on YouTube.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys and gals.
See y'all.